Hey, Secca here. Today I'm going to do the 5 knives I would grab if I could only have 5 knives and I had to like boogie out of the house because of whatever catastrophic event is happening. Now, the Dutch Brothers Knives DBK channel did a thing about you could only have 5 knives for the rest of your life. What would they be? And they picked all fixed blades, and I'm a pocket knife guy, so I said, you know, I carry fixed blades at times, but it's mostly pocket knives, so I added that in there. I didn't include kitchen knife that they did because I feel pretty much any knife can handle kitchen stuff. Well, I just didn't include it because I didn't consider that important. Now, the first, for me, it's not that hard to do the 5 because on a regular basis, I live here in Oklahoma, we get tornado warnings, and I grab a bag and throw a few things in there, and I've got the knives that I think I need, that if the house gets hit, everything gets blown to hell and back from the tornado, I'm gonna have the knives in my bag in the shelter with me that I can use to rebuild or get by temporarily or whatever. So these are the 5 knives that it comes down to. The first 2 are always in my pocket, so that's why I picked them. The first one is a Victorinox MiniChamp. This has titanium scales on it. The red scales that were on it cracked, starting to break, because I carried it all the time in my pocket with other stuff. So I got some titanium scales from CountyCom and replaced them. And this little knife I used probably, I want to say 80% of the time to do what needs to be done. Open mail, cut string, trim my fingernails. It's got a fingernail file on it. I can use that to, if I've got a burr on the nail that is catching on stuff, I can file down. Also, the wife asks me, do you have the knife with the fingernail file on it? A lot, to fix her fingernails. So this knife is with me all the time. It's in my pocket. So that's the first one. The second one that's always in my pocket, so it's going to be the one that I end up with, is my Buck 110 Pro. Now, I've had a Buck 110 in my pocket or on my belt since 1973. When I first went in the Air Force, my first duty assignment, they had them there, and I bought one there, and I've had it ever since. I still have that knife, but this is the one I carry in my pocket. The original Buck 110 weighed about 5 or 6 ounces, heavy beast. This only weighs about 2, and it's a Buck 110 S30V blade, micarta scales, pocket clip, and so on. This is the one I carry, and on a daily basis, if I have to do something that requires a larger knife that my little Victorinox 58mm can't handle, this will take care of it. So those are the 2. The next ones is another, well, it's not technically a pocket knife. but it's my Victorinox SwissTool. I got this back when they first came out in the late 80s, and I've carried it around all over the world with me. I used to be in the air, was in the Air Force for 20 years. I flew on AWACS, went around the world, and this toolkit went with me. Started off like that, and then I added to it. So it's the SwissTool is my third choice. Only thing this doesn't have is scissors, but I got scissors on my MiniChamp. So, and this has got a couple of different knife blades, screwdrivers, can openers, saws, and so on. So I've got those three. This I carry in my vehicle with me. Well, actually, it's in my little bag I carry around with me. So, and when storms are hitting, I make sure this is nearby. Now, the next blade that is more of a field blade, field knife, this is going to fit the criteria of camp knife, woodscraft knife, general all-around belt knife, is the Moria Garber. It's a full tang knife, which I really like. I like the Moras. This has got the thicker blade. It's stainless steel and got the Scandi grind, and is just, to me, one of the best all-around knives to have in the field. So that's the fourth one. Now, like I said, I got the pocket knives. This is a multi-tool. Comes in handy. These two are always on me. But if I need a big knife, I'm going with my Buck 124 Frontiersman, or I believe that's what it's called, the Frontiers. But it's Buck 124. It's got a very sturdy leather sheath on it to carry it in, and it's big enough that I can chop crap with it, take down small trees, build a shelter, and so on. And if I need to defend myself, I can use this to defend myself with. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but it's just an all-around camp knife. It's got a 6-inch blade, wide 6-inch blade, got some very good heft to it. I can use this to chop down a small tree. But those are my 5 knives. And again, it's just if something were to happen and I've got a beat feet, as they say, get out of Dodge, whatever you want to call it. These are the 5 I would have with me. Now, in my bags, I've got other knives. I've got a bag in my car that's got a couple knives in it. I've got a bag here in the house that's a jump bag that's got another knife in it. It's my original champ, or champion I should say. This was my dad's, so but when I got mine, I got him one. So I've got knives all over the place. If I've got to jump and go, my jump bag's got that knife in it. I think there's a cold steel in it, but these go in my backpack that I grab and go. So I've got plenty of blades and a few other things. So, but these are the 5 that if I had to just go. Couldn't grab my jump bag, couldn't grab the bag in my van. I could only grab something here out of the house and go. These are the ones that I would have with me. Like I originally said in the very beginning, these two are always in my pocket. These three are in my go bag that has a few other things in it that are for me. If it's me and the wife, then I'm grabbing the jump kit that we've got set up because of tornadoes and the weather we get here in Oklahoma. But these are the ones that I would go with. And all the fixed blades, these two are the only fixed blades that I would probably have with me. One other that I really like, but the reason it's not in this list is it's a duplicate of this knife, is my Buck 101. I really had to think about my Garber and my Buck 101 as to which one I would take. In real life, they're both with me. But for this discussion, these are the 5 that I would go with. If you have any questions or comments about the knives I chose for this challenge, please leave them below. And remember, always be prepared.